Yeah, dirty, dirty. Me and my niggas get dirty. When any of these niggas wanna get delirious like Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Hercules.
Ain't showing that kitty no mercy. Fuck the 3X's, no one neglected. Brother the turkey. Yeah, brother the turkey,
Welcome back, Royal Nation, to another installment of RoyalView, where we get a better insight of each king and queens behind the scene. I'm your host, Chino Royale, baby. I'm here with, what's your name, sir?
Gary.
Mr. Gary. How you feeling today, bro?
I'm cool, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic, man.
Yep.
I see you out here all iced out with
Man,
the Mortal
I
Kombat.
gotta do a little something.
Get over here.
Gotta try a little bit.
Yes, sir. But I appreciate you stopping by just to be able to talk with us a little bit.
No problem.
But go ahead and elaborate on who Mr. Gary actually is, man.
Well, my main focus right now is my photography business, G-Shots Photography. Been doing that for about 2 years now. And that's really like my main focus. I kind of work for myself now, so I don't really have anything else to talk about. And then, like, you know, I just really do with my family and stuff.
Personal
like
flex.
Right. Man, I love it. I'm telling you, if you can get to it, I highly recommend it to anybody. But yeah, that's what all I do right now. Just taking pictures. I focus more on like the beauty side of things, photography as far as like fashion, if you got like business brands, stuff like that, just trying to help elevate the next person in their business. So that's what I've been doing.
Big facts. Well, since it's just that, let's unpack a little bit more about it. What got you into just photography? Did you just wake up, pop out the womb with a camera or something?
Low key. It's pretty much been like that. Like if you ask any of my family members, I'm always the one with the camera. Like I catch everything. Like at the family events and stuff, I'm always recording videos, always taking pictures of people. And then eventually, not my most recent job, but the one before that, I hated it. And I was like, yeah, I hated it. I didn't like the management. Like that's when I really realized that these corporate jobs really don't care about you.
Facts.
So I was like, I need to figure out a way to get out of here. So that's when I was like, you know, looking back over the things that I'm good at, and I was like, what can I do that's gonna make me money? And I was like, let's try photography. Like I always took pictures of people, and I was like, okay, let me take this and see if I can go with it. And that's what I did. And 2 years later, here I am working for myself. So.
Man, inspirational.
Man.
TED, you got TED Talk over here,
bro. But yeah, that's all I've been doing. I just had to figure out what I wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure it was something that I really enjoyed too, as well. Like I already was working a job I didn't care for, so why would I work for myself and I don't like it either? So,
man, it sounded like a military commercial.
Oh
Be all you can be.
I'm weak.
Man, but you know, congratulations though,
Thank
man.
you.
Big props to you, man. Is there like a memory that you have so far of taking photos that would be like the best memory? How about we do a best memory and a worst memory?
I don't know if I have like, I guess you could say my favorite one.
Because there's always a good side and a bad side
Yeah.
to anything.
Right. I think my best one would probably be when I did my first album cover. And ironically, it was with a person I went to high school with, Christiana Hicks. So she reached out to me and she was like, hey, because she did The Voice and she was like top 10. So when she came back home, she made her singles and stuff like that. And she reached out to me. She's like, hey, I want you to, you know, do my album cover.
Hey.
And that was my first album cover. And like, it's like to this day, like when I go to iTunes and I see like, I took that picture of it, like that's crazy. Like that's the craziest thing ever to me. So I think that would probably be my best one. I think the worst one is really just when I'm if I'm doing a shoot that I'm just not completely comfortable with.
Like what? Like, is there an example?
Like as far as like my main thing is like would be lighting. So like if it's an outdoor shoot, it's not good enough lighting. I feel like I'm not giving you what I can really give you because I'm like, this is
so perfection.
Yeah. So I'm beating myself up when they still turn out really good. But it's just like, I feel like if I would have had a better situation, it could have been.
I want you to get your money,
So,
baby.
yeah. So, but hey, they be happy. So I'm like, okay, well, if you're happy, that's all that matters to me. But yeah, I haven't really had like, you know, a client that like really took me over the edge or nothing like that. Like every interaction is always going to be different. And I just enjoy it. I've always been like a people person, so just meeting people. I think if I could have to say anything, it's just like when they come in like really awkward.
Right.
But I usually can get them out of that. Like, I'll just like, all right, so what you like to listen to? Like, what you do? Like, talk to me. What's
Man,
up?
as a model, like I could definitely feel exactly a pain of like a photographer,
Mm-hmm.
especially like when I go and I'm like with people that are just starting off,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like that, because you're just the photographer at that
Yeah.
point. Like you're there to like create that moment,
Right.
and then but if you're having to like also direct,
Yeah.
you got to be a director
Yep.
sometimes.
Yep.
You gotta
Yep.
Know the lighting, the
Right.
shot,
The
and
poses,
everything. Yeah.
And that was posing was like my biggest fall down. Like in the beginning, like I could not pose people at all.
Oh yeah.
And like all my clients was like, I don't know how to pose. I'm like, okay, well let's go ahead and go over to Pinterest. Let's see what we can find. Let's go to Instagram. Who are your favorite people you like to look at?
Man,
Like,
these Vogue stars
man,
are killing.
I just had to like figure it out. But then I met some people down in Indy, and I've been taking classes with them and stuff like that, and they've been helping me out with that. But that was like
low key, like what people don't really know, because I had to do classes myself, and not a lot of people know. And like most people that have like been around me from the journey I've had with modeling,
mm-hmm.
they'll just be like, man, I could tell, because when I tell them when I did it, they'll be like, yeah, I definitely see like an improvement,
Yep.
like from then.
Yep.
And it's the funny thing that people don't know. It's super small. It's like people think that you have to be very flamboyant when it comes to how you pose, and like you need to stand out, when it's actually posing is literally just moving your head in the same position.
Yep. And it's really like making shapes. I've learned that too, like making shapes. And then like each pose, like I've learned too, to just flow into the next one. Don't try to go from one pose to a completely different pose.
To make it awkward.
Yeah, because then you just missed out on you probably missed out on like 5 different poses just trying to switch to a completely different one. And all you have to do is like drop one hand, put one hand right here, put this one hand right here.
Right.
You just keep moving it, and you get all these same poses. So
And
I
like-
learned that too. So
And like you just said, like you could possibly, like, who knows, like let's say you have like a big gig or a big opportunity, you could make, people aren't going to be as patient as like where you're starting off. Like you
Right.
get up there, they're going to expect you just to do it.
Yep.
And if you don't do it, all right, bye.
Right. No, facts. That's how I beat up for real. People like, all right, next. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
next. Oh, God,
Like, damn, hold on, let me get what you want. Like,
Mama, I said I was
yeah.
going to do it.
No, for real though, that's how it be. But yeah.
But you doing anything else besides that? Or is that your sole focus is on photography?
That's my sole focus. Like right now, I'm just trying to perfect my craft even more. That's really all I've been doing. It's just doing that. I've been taking classes, staying on YouTube, looking at other big photographers and seeing what they're doing, and
Right.
trying to like not mimic, because I still want to I want to stand out to where like if somebody posts a picture, they don't have to tag me to know that I shot it. That's my ultimate goal. Like to have it to where like if you see that picture, you know I shot it, not like
Right.
looking like somebody else's. So just really trying to find my outlook on pictures is really my main focus right now. So
Well, it's definitely been showing, man. I've been seeing you for a long time, and like this has been like a long time coming for me.
Really?
And I'm honored to be in this
Oh
room
my
with this
gosh.
guy right here.
No,
It's
no.
changed for me,
I'm
right?
weak, but I appreciate
No,
it. I
yeah,
appreciate
man.
it.
Like I've been seeing you. I've been trying to at least tap in with like all the photographers and like
'cause
models
there's a
around.
lot- There's a lot of potential here.
There is a
lot of-
ton,
it's
and
crazy.
it's crazy to me how long it's took to be to this point,
Mhm.
to where like artists are actually being supportive of other artists.
Mhm.
Before, like I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody, and I've like talked to multiple
Mhm.
people I've interviewed about it, and it's just like it just feels like for a long time it's always been like, hey, support me, but I'm not going to support you.
Mhm.
Support me, I'm not going to support
Yeah.
you.
And I've definitely felt that too. I just learned that even when the opportunity is brought to us, just to still remain yourself, and even if you get those people that don't support you, just keep doing it, because what's for you can't nobody take from you anyways. And in the end, like who's to say you get big and next thing you know they message
People
you.
switch, bro.
Yeah, and then
People
they message
switch.
you like, hey, you still want to collab? And like I've learned that even like it with me, like if a model that I wanted to work with when I first started didn't want to work with me, and later down the line they're like, hey, can we work? Yeah, let's do it. Like I don't want you to feel like I don't want to give you what you gave me back, basically. Like I'm not gonna be that person to where like you did me wrong or whatever. I'm gonna still remain myself and still give out to people just like how I wanted to give back to me. So
Well, like I said, man, I definitely appreciate you.
Yeah.
You in the Mortal Kombat shirt made my day.
man, man.
Man, I already know you see the earpiece right here. He's got probably on a phone call right now.
No.
Probably talking to Vogue right now as we speak.
I wish, man. I wish.
But like I said, man, definitely appreciate you.
Yeah,
I only
thanks
got one question before you get on out of here and you know start shooting them runway photos. You know, but where do you see this stuff going? A year, 5 years, man? It could be tomorrow. What's the ultimate end game of Mr. Gary?
My ultimate end game. I really want to have my studio. That's like my motivation every day is to have my studio.
Here?
Yes.
Here though?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because that was the biggest thing for me when I first started. There wasn't a studio at all. There's like no studios to rent out. I've found some now, but like there's not really any place that creatives can go. In Fort Wayne, well, Indiana in general is known for sports.
I've seen the one with Steph Whitaker. I've seen Kelsey go to like one. I think it's downtown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a couple, but like the big warehouse ones, they don't really rent out. And if they do, they're charging like $600 an hour. Tax. I'm not booking like that to where I can even afford that, so that don't even make sense. But I really do want to end up opening up a huge studio, and not even just for me, but for anybody. Like anybody wants to come shoot, or if you're like, even if you're like interested in modeling, like you can just come hang out. Like it just be a big hangout spot for creatives. Because there isn't one, but if you think about it, there's dang near a gymnasium on the
You
other
might have
side
to start
of
at home, bro.
Oh, I did. That's where I started.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was taking pictures out of my living room. So it's just a journey.
No shame.
Man,
no
I'm telling
shame.
you, it's not. It's not. And then you just look back every time you elevate. You just look back at where you came from.
Look where we at.
Yep.
Look where we at.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yep. So,
But that's beautiful, man. Like I said, appreciate you.
yeah, no problem.
Shout out any place we can find you because we need to find you.
Oh yeah. So my Instagram is everybody says it different, but it's my name backwards. So NOIRAG. So period NOIRAG. And then Facebook is just Garion Briggs. Those are the two I really have.
Well, like I said, I can say it all the time. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
You stay on your grind, sir.
Man,